and gentlemen, to DuePoint, and specifically this evening to a particularly special presentation called Tell All Tuesday. For those of you who are new at DuePoint, we generally do presentations where it's just me and it's boring and people get sick of it. But on this special occasion, once a month, we get a couple of other people up on stage with me to give real testimony of what is happening here at DuePoint. So you get a few alternative views, you get people that are in the trenches speaking to you this evening and not just me. And so we enjoy that tremendously. We call it Tell All Tuesday, and as I said, we stream it out live. We've got people across the country watching this evening with us. And so hopefully it'll be a little bit of entertainment for you on this Tuesday evening. Folks, DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We're a listed insurance company and, of course, a life and short-term licensed insurance company. So, again, just to create confidence in yourselves this evening on your way out, look next to our door. In fact, if you look through that triangular window over there, you'll see them are all of our certificates from the Financial Services Board, the Direct Selling Association of South Africa, the Direct Marketing Association of Southern Africa, etc., 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 all up on the wall there. Constantia has been an insurance company in South Africa for nearly 70 years now, first registered in 1952. This is not a garage startup. This is not something that has just occurred overnight, the flash in the pan kind of stuff. This is a long-standing insurance company. We have been very much a part of the financial services space in South Africa for a very long time. In fact, it was today that we were meeting with Musi Mayamani. Now, why would he come to us if we were not something a little bit more than a garage startup? So please come get yourselves comfortable with who you're dealing with this evening. In addition, can I tell you that we are an authorized financial services provider, obviously registered with the Financial Services Board. There is our FSP number. Go ahead and look us up on the FSB's website. Again, just comfort, comfort, comfort. I want you secure before we start with the formal proceedings this evening. And knowing who you're dealing with is very important. This is the team that you're dealing with over here. This is me. I have worked hard to be more beautiful than these four over here. I believe that I am. Rob always says that I'm standing on a box in this picture. I am not. I'm the senior executive here. I was responsible for forming the team here at DuePoint. I have around about 20 years of experience in the financial services space. I am the co-founder and shareholder of an insurance company down the road called Prime Meridian Direct. In fact, you'll see our billboards around Joburg. You'll see our adverts on TV all the time. And so I have spent 20 years in the regulation, in the space, forming businesses, creating products, direct selling them, direct marketing them, pricing them, structuring them, all of this stuff for 20 years. And it is why I was tasked with forming the team here for the objectives of DuePoint. This chappie over here is Tim Reynolds. He comes from the executive team at First Rand, which is a nice, cushy, comfortable banking job. You would have heard of the First Rand Group. They have FNB, RMB, MMI, all of those sorts of massively huge companies. That was where he had one of those corner offices with the wood paneling and the view out across Joburg and the secretary outside and that. And when I spoke to him about what we're doing here at DuePoint, he gave all of that up to come and join us on the team here because of the impact and the quality of what we're striving to do here. We've got Stacey over here. Stacey was working for Deloitte when I approached her. She worked both here in South Africa and overseas. She was in Luxembourg when I spoke to her about DuePoint, working with the financial services companies in Europe at the time. So she brings a lot of technical knowledge to the team. We've got Jane over here. Jane hails from the UK. Rob says she's never lost her accent. I think it's watering down a bit. We can understand her now at least. She's now speaking English the way the Queen would. And Jane has had about 15 years in the direct selling space, both in the UK and in South Africa. So again, just blending our experience across the board. You can see how this has just not been knocked up in 5 minutes. We've got a very, very serious structure going on here. We've got Rob over here. Rob was the co-founder and shareholder of a digital design company called Wired, did many, many brands across the financial services space, one of which you'll know is Investex. Spent many years in that space. And again, when I told him what we were doing here, he sold up his shares, moved across to DuePoint. So that's who you're dealing with this evening, ladies and gentlemen. And well, what is the reason why you are here and why are you dealing with this team this evening? Well, you're dealing with us because we have two objectives. As the first public-facing division of Constantia Insurance Company, we have been focused on trying to solve two problems that exist in the 21st century and two problems that exist in 21st century South Africa. This evening you might try and deny them, but I promise you there is no point in denying it. It is a set of facts and circumstances that every single South African citizen faces today. And again, as I said, we were talking to Musi Maimani today, and he was echoing what we have been saying here for 9 months now. Folks, every single South African, whether you are black, white, colored, Indian, Asian, or other, whether you work as the CEO of the biggest companies in South Africa, or if you're in the mailroom of the smallest company in South Africa, you are in the same set of circumstances. There's no point in fighting it. There's no point in denying it. The set of circumstances that we are in is that we're in probably the most chaotic time in our history. You know, we thought that we were in it in the 80s. Well, we're starting to make the 80s pale in significance. We have got tumultuous politics occurring not only in South Africa, but globally right now. I mean, goodness, what is going on in America? You know, there can only be good things that come from what's happening there politically. We've got in South Africa, every week, something crazy is happening in our country. Absolutely crazy. I mean, we're asking now the MK to pick up their arms again and go charging down the street. I mean, where else in the world can you pick up a newspaper every morning and have a major political event that's just occurred? Where else in the world? This, of course, has knock-on effects to our economy. Now, our economy is, of course, affected by the politics in South Africa, but it is also affected by global economics. And we know at the moment that the globe is not doing well economically. Europe is in decline, the UK is in decline, America is without question in decline, and that means that our economy is shrinking. We know this. It's a mathematical fact. We've got the numbers. Our economy is shrinking. It means small and medium-sized businesses are shutting down on a daily basis because large businesses are having to take their market share. They have no choice. When small and medium-sized businesses shut down, it means that you lose your jobs. You lose your jobs through retrenchment or just fired or just, I'm sorry, I can't help you anymore. You're unemployed. This is what is happening on a daily basis. The universities get themselves in trouble. All of those campuses have businesses on their campuses. And those businesses have shut down now because of the looting and the damage, and all the staff that were there are now officially unemployed. In fact, one of our wealth engineers here owned the store at Wits. The Jetline store at Wits, been working there for 11 years. He said, that was my retirement. He believed it was worth about 2 million rand. That was his retirement. He cannot sell it for a single cent from this day forward. His shop is burned to the ground. Gone. 11 years gone. Folks, we've spoken to people who say, well, that's all right. I work for a large executive business. I have no concerns. I've worked at a bank. I worked at a mine. Well, here's the bad news. We have seen more and more executives being retrenched in the last 2 years than I think we've ever seen. If you look at the businesses that are retrenching, the First Rand Group are retrenching executives. The mines, Anglo, are retrenching executives at the moment. When you've got a shrinking economy, everybody's in trouble. Now, all of us were brought up with the principle that there's 2 things you need to do to make a success of your life. 1 is get a good education. 2 is find a good career. Get in there, start, battle your way up the corporate ladder, you'll be good to go. Well, that just hasn't turned out to be the truth, has it? What has turned out to be the truth is that all of us are being forced to change our jobs on a regular basis. Within 5 to 10 years, every single one of us is forced to change our jobs. That leaves no space for building careers. It leaves no space for building up savings to build a regular income. We're just not in that space anymore. None of us can take any certainty anymore on the income that we have in South Africa. Now, what we do, though, and the reality of our circumstances is always 2 different things. We have this reality where we know we're kind of in a bit of financial trouble, all of us. You know, what are we going to do? How are we going to survive this? But at the same time, we then go, no, it's okay. I'm getting this regular income. I'll go to a bank, and I will use this regular income to get myself in debt because I need a new car. And it needs to be a good car. I mean, I'm a South African. It needs to be decent, okay? It can't just be any car. It needs to be decent. So, you know, I've only got a 100,000 rand house, but I need a 1 million rand car. I mean, that just makes sense. It's common sense. And we should do this. So we become experts at accumulating debt for ourselves. We get home loans, car loans, credit cards. Okay, great, fine. Credit cards, but what about the personal loans? Personal loans through the roof. What about all the clothing retail accounts? I mean, everybody's got a credit card these days. Telkom, for goodness sake, has got a credit card that you can get from them. If I opened up any of your wallets here this evening, I reckon I could find 5 to 10 credit cards in your wallets. I really could. I could find them in there. They might all be maxed out, and like bent and warped from use, but they would be in there, okay? Because we as South Africans are professional debtors. We are. We are not, however, very good at paying, and that ties back to the set of circumstances I was just talking about. 60% of South Africans are behind on their debt repayments. 60%. That means that there is a set of circumstances that is reflecting on our irregular payment of our income and our salaries that's going on. Now, that's all the now. That's all the now. We live the now. We don't live in the future. We've got enough problems right now. Every one of us wakes up in the morning poisoned by the anxieties of this life. Political instability, future of South Africa, future of me, future of my job. How am I going to pay this? How am I going to pay that? How do I get my kids through school? We all wake up with that poison. I can promise you, it doesn't matter what level you're at, how much you're earning, you're waking up with those same fears every morning. We don't have space for the next thing I'm about to talk about, which is the future. Like, we just don't have space to put that in our minds. The future being, what do I do when I can't work anymore? What do I do when they won't let me work anymore? That's a reality. You hit 60, they don't let you work anymore. You suddenly lose your job and nobody wants you. Nobody wants you. Every one of us is going to get there. The younger ones who think like that is so far away, we'll go through an ice age before I reach there. Guys, you'll be surprised at how fast that time comes. I literally was 21 5 minutes ago. Like, I remember my 21st birthday. That was like half my lifetime ago now. I don't know what happened with the other half of my life. Suddenly I'm here on the stage turning 39. Like, what happened? Okay? Yes, I'm only 39. If you'd had 4 government departments review you, you'd also look like this at 39. Okay? We forget it. Guys, retirement is 5 minutes away for me. If I've lost 21 years in 5 minutes, it's only 21 more years and I'll be 60. You know, it is that soon that I'm in. And are we ready for it? Are we ready to fund ourselves for what's left of our lives after that? How long are we going to live? How long are we going to live? You know, realistically, you don't want to die before you're 100. Okay, you know that. Good news is research says you're going to live until you're 100. It is. It's just a fact. Go Google it. You're going to live until you're 100. We got people right now living until they're 100. You are going to live to 100. So if you retire or cannot work or are not allowed to work, cannot get another job, in other words, when you're 60, 65, you've got another 35 years to fund yourself in. 35 years. Have you thought about that? No. No one in South Africa thinks about that. In fact, on the 19th of September, a whole lot of information was released by Fin24 that they had done in collaboration with Stats SA and the FSB. And they were saying that only 0.5% of South Africans are actually thinking about this and are going to make it. The other 99.5% of us are going to be completely dependent on the state and our family in our retirement. 99.5%. I want that to sink in. Do not sit here this evening and go, it's all right, I'm good. You're not good. You are in the same sinking boat as the rest of us. You're there. And I'll put it into some context for you, just in case you think you are good. The maths that they gave us said that if you wish to retire and earn what you're earning right now, so if you're on 5 or 25 or 50,000 rand or anything in between, if you want to earn that a month while you're retired, you have to, on the day you retire, have 10 times plus minus your annual salary saved. 10 times your annual salary, not 10 months, 12 months times 10. 120 months of your entire salary saved. You need that the day you retire in order to fund yourself until your last breath. That's what they're telling us. Anybody on track? Anyone on track? No? Yeah, no one's on track. 0.5%. That's Jane in the back, and she's from the UK. She doesn't count. Okay, that's it. That is it. You are not on track. None of us are. And this is a real problem. I just spoke about the fact that we have got some scary circumstances in South Africa that mean our income is not right. I've just said that we ignored that and got ourselves leveraged to the hilt with all the debt that we have. All of you, I know, okay, have done it, okay? And I've now just added a third piece you hadn't been thinking about, and that's the fact that you are not ready to fund yourself. We did a little bit more on this. Talking about retirement, we did a little bit more. We said, okay, well, when we retire, if you want 5,000 rand a month, just to put this into numbers, hard numbers for you, you need to have 1 million rand saved. Okay? Well, it doesn't sound like a big amount of money these days, 1 million rand, but you haven't got it in your bank account. Okay? In order for you to have 1 million rand, I think it's about $10 US dollars. But in order for you to have R1 million in your bank account, you have to save 800 Rand a month, escalating at 7% a year for 40 years. That means you all should have started when you were 25. I'm looking across this audience. I see maybe one, maybe two of you that are under 25. So all of you are late already, okay? You're all late already. 800 Rand a month for 40 years. 40 years. That means if you're 65 when you retire, you had to be 25 when you started. Okay? If you wanted to earn 25, for those of you who are earning decent income, 25, 50, you need to have 5 or 10 million saved by the day you retire. 10 million in the bank, savings. Okay? That means for 5 million, you have to have saved 4,000 Rand a month for 40 years. For 10 million, 8,000 Rand a month for 40 years, escalating at 7% per annum. I mean, it's absolutely great. Nobody is doing this. Not even in the countries where people save. Nobody's doing this. And that means that all of us will be left to the state pension when we retire. Do you know what the state pension looks like? It looks like 1,500 Rand a month right now. But if politics carries on the way politics is carrying on, it will be nothing by the time you get there. I can tell you that now. It'll be nothing. What is 1,500 Rand a month going to buy you anyway, right now? Absolutely nothing. That's what it's going to look like. Now, if you say for yourself, well, I've got my house. I've got my house, and my money's going in there, and I'll sell my house when I retire, and that's the money. Here's some bad news. House prices are not appreciating as fast as inflation is. This means that your house is depreciating. Not appreciating, which is what everybody says. I have people want to argue with me. No, investment managers, your house is your best investment. Okay, that's your opinion. Mathematically, if you take the last 15 years, not since 1902, the last 15 years, you will see that house prices are depreciating compared to inflation. You're also wearing your house out. People forget this. You're living in it. You're wearing it out. By the time you hit 65, you could have lived in your house for 20, 30 years. Your house is not going to fetch a great value. It is not going to be 1, 5, or 10 million Rand. It's just not going to do it. I have so many friends whose parents believed in this principle, spent 20 years paying their houses off, only to get out 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 out of their property. And that means that they're getting 2,000 Rand a month. They might as well get the state pension. Guys, don't believe in these things. We are all 99.5% not going to make it. We have to come up with something. So that was the first thing that we at DuePoint wanted to and needed to solve. We have to solve this problem. There is no solution coming from politics, as we know that. There's no solution that's ever going to come from there. We've got to start tackling that. Now, the second problem that we were facing at Constantia DuePoint was modernizing the distribution of our products. In the 21st century, people are no longer responding to the distribution of our products through traditional methods, mainly direct marketing. When we direct market to you, we spend hundreds of millions every month putting TV adverts on TVs, billboards, newspapers, SMSing you. Oh, somebody's streaming me live. Streaming me live. Right there. Let's turn it off, muted. Phones on silent, please, folks. We spend millions trying to get that message to you. But what's happened over the last 10 years is that less and less people are responding to that market. You see it. It's in your face all day long that you don't actually see the adverts anymore. You don't see them. If you drive up and down Main Road, there must be 30 or 40 billboards. I reckon you'd count 2 on your trip from Randburg to here. You wouldn't see the other 38. We don't respond to it anymore. It is a very diminishing return form of distribution. And so we wanted to create a new form of distribution that would modernize how we got our products out to South Africans. So with those 2 objectives in place, we created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system achieves these 2 things, 1 for Constantia and 2 for South African citizens. This is how it works. The DuePoint system is very simple. It allows you as a South African citizen to contract directly with us at DuePoint as what we call a wealth engineer. It's just a title we gave you in the system. As wealth engineers, you are given one task. That one task is to create for us a channel of distribution. You do that by connecting us to everybody you know. See, I've got an unblemished record. By connecting us to everybody that you know. So you know people right now, and you will get to know people over time. Okay? You will get to know them. And we want you to connect us to those people. By connecting them, you allow us a platform to sell our products into. And by us being allowed to sell products into that channel of distribution, we create for you a second income. A second income. An extra income. Not a primary income. Never are we going to ask you at DuePoint to quit your jobs. Not ever. We want you to keep your jobs. We want you to be great at your jobs. And we want you to excel at them. But what we need to do with the DuePoint system is we need to bridge the gap between what your current expenses and debt repayments are and what you need them to be to accelerate them and get them gone, and to put you into a position where you're earning the income you need to fund yourself into your retirement without having to have a 10 million rand asset in the bank. We want to create that income for you. Okay, so we create this through this process. It is recurring income. We don't peddle any goods here. We're not peddling milkshakes or pills or toothpaste or cleaning agents or anything. And I mean, those are all respectable businesses, but we don't do that here. We are in the financial services and lifestyle space, which means that every month, debit orders are raised. And where debit orders are raised and payments are made, you earn. This is arguably the most important fact of the DuePoint system, is that you're not relying on an income that does this. It is an income that systematically grows all the way to your last breath. It is one of the key things we focused on when we developed this to change it from what people understand from direct selling, was to change that output, that it became a direct output system for you that you could rely on. The second thing that it does is it incorporates the power of duplication or leverage. We want you now to have the power that your bosses have always had over you. Bosses put staff together whose time, energy, and effort they then leverage to create profit for themselves. We wanted to flip that on its head and put you in the position where you're able to leverage others. You may say, Brendan, I don't have time. It's a common thing. I don't have time for anything extra in my life. Okay, I appreciate it. The reality is, however, you do have a little bit of extra time every week. You spend it on the couch watching TV, or sometimes, in the gym, or sometimes running to school events. You do have a bit of time every week, okay? You sleep sometime too, we can slice a piece of that off. Folks, that hour you have a week can be multiplied out exponentially. When you build a channel of distribution with DuePoint, we put you in a position where you can actually start to earn income while you sleep, because other people are out there using their 1 hour a week to build your channel of distribution for you. And I'm going to show you how that works in a moment with our system. It is completely flexi time. You're not an employee of ours. You're not a representative. You're not a broker. You're not an advisor. You're not a marketer. You're not a lead generator. Anything that you've heard before, you are not here. You are completely independent of us. This is a tool that we put in your hands that you choose how you're going to use. You want more, use it more. You want less, use it less. Folks, it is a completely risk-free decision to become a wealth engineer at DuePoint. You will notice that there is only one credit card machine, and it is for the purchase of a few pieces of merchandise. It doesn't work on anything else. We do not take any money from you when you become a wealth engineer, and we do not charge you a monthly fee for being a wealth engineer. As a benefit of the products at Constantia, you get a whole range of wealth engineer benefits for free included. And that's what we're going to be talking about this evening. You do not need to have any qualifications or experience either to become. It is for every South African citizen. That's the way it has been designed. You are, however, building a real asset. And this is something that we generally, 99% of us, don't do in our lifetimes. Create something that outlives us. This is what happens here. The channel of distribution you create with us here at DuePoint is fully saleable, fully transferable, and it will outlive you. The income being produced from that channel will pass on to your children after you pass away. And they too, at that point, can grab it and continue to grow it if they want, or they can just live off of the income. This is something your employment or your small business will never do. You know this, even if you're a professional. I'm a doctor, plastic surgeon, whatever. You know when you die, your business stops. You cannot operate from the heavenly realms. It stops. When your employment stops, if you pass away and you stop working, it stops. But what you have created with DuePoint is something that outlives you. It is of real value. Folks, there is absolutely no selling. So again, if we look at those things that hamper people into getting into the direct selling space in South Africa, One of the top ones is, I'm not a salesperson. I love that. It's such bunkum. It's like saying, I can't sing. Yes, you can't sing now, but I can teach you to sing. You may never be an idol, but I can teach you to sing so you're comfortable at singing. It's absolutely true. It's the same as you're bad at sales. It's just because you're bad at sales now we can make you better. But we decided not to have that argument because it's a fruitless and pointless one. And we decided we would eliminate sales completely from the DuePoint system. You are not selling a single thing here at DuePoint. Do not come to me afterwards and say, Brendan, when I am selling, I will say you are not selling. That is not your task as a wealth engineer here tonight. And I'm better than you at selling. So stop. Let me do the selling. Constantia does the selling of our products, not you. And so you have no fear of that. You do not need to keep any stock. You don't need to have some kind of form of distribution of the stock. It is a system of complete convenience for you. There are no excuses as far as we're concerned. We have applied ourselves with decades of experience in this space to creating a system that does not allow for excuses. It allows only for freedom. Only for freedom. And you take it at no cost and no risk, and you use it to change everything about your future. That is what we've created with the DuePoint system. So, folks, how do you build a channel at DuePoint? That's your only task, building a channel of distribution. Well, you need to do one thing. You've got to go out and tell everybody about DuePoint. That's it. You tell them about the opportunity, you tell them about the system, and you tell them about how you are taking control in a set of circumstances right now where there is no control, where there is no certainty, where there is no promise of outcome or guarantee of outcome. You are taking control with the DuePoint system. When you do this, some people will catch the vision of what we're trying to do here, and they too will become wealth engineers. And when they do, we allocate them to you. They will go out and do exactly the same task. And the people that they talk to will also become wealth engineers and will be allocated to you. Soon you'll have tens, hundreds, maybe thousands of individuals all talking about DuePoint. And as they become wealth engineers, we allocate them down to your channel. In your sleep, you start to earn income. That 1 hour a week that you have free is now 100 hours of energy and effort and thought being put into the construction of your channel with us. So we always like to say, this is the second most important feature of the DuePoint system. We are not like anything you've ever heard of before. You're sitting here this evening thinking, I've heard about this before at a braai once. They cornered me in a lounge and they got a flip chart out and they were telling me the same thing. I read about it in the newspaper the other day. It's one of those things, you know. And then I saw it on the internet. It's got a Russian guy who started it and it's, no. Folks, we are none of those things. None of them. Do not let that enter into your mind. We have had 4 government departments review us here. 4. I am only 39. Look at me. Okay, I've had 4. We've got 7 certificates on the wall here. We're in constant communication with the Financial Services Board and the DTI. Folks, this is the first genuine income opportunity formed in South Africa in the 21st century. That's what it is. It is the third option to start my own business, get a job. That's what it is. And what we wanted to do, what we believe it can do, is it layers over those two. You don't have to stop forming your own business, as you'll hear tonight. You don't have to quit your job to do it. It wraps it. This is the backup plan that none of us have. This is the insurance policy that comes when the rainy day comes. And boy, we know those clouds are gathering on the horizon. This is what this is. It is by no means a get-rich-quick scheme. By no means. We will not make you rich in the next 3 months, which a lot of those other things will promise you. Be with me for 3 months, you'll be earning 100,000 Rand a month. No, not here. The DuePoint system requires thought, effort, persistency, involvement, and sheer determination. It is like your career. When you started your career, you started it going, hey, I'm going to put 25 years into this. That's what this is. But this one gives direct output, which your career hasn't done. Best employee of the month, you get the same salary as last month. Put super effort into my business this month, earned less than last month. That's not how this works. With the DuePoint system, you put the effort in, you get the outcome. So, how do you earn? There's 2 ways that you earn. First is with our returns program. Our returns program pays you 27.50 Rand every time someone in your channel makes a product payment. That's done by debit order by our systems, not by you. When they make a payment, you get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment is made. So, for instance, those people you spoke to directly, we call them your first pointers, people you put on your first point of your channel. You will get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand every month that they make a product payment. It's not 5 Rand, it's not 1 Rand 60 or 12 Rand 30. I've seen them all. It's 55 Rand. 55 Rand is empowering money. It's immediate material change to your finances. It doesn't take long for you to be earning something worthwhile at DuePoint. These people go out and chat to a few folk. They now got people on your second point in your channel. On your second point, you get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%. That's 55 Rand. Look at this. Look how many 55 Rands are on this just dots on this PowerPoint presentation. You can already work out how much money you could potentially be earning here. 55 Rand. Now, this continues out throughout your channel, okay? Diminishing down to your 8th point. At your 8th point, the only thing that stops is the diminishing. There is no limit to how much you can earn with the returns program. If you've got somebody who's on the 12th point and they make a payment, you will receive 4% of 27 Rand 50. If somebody's on your 30th point and you qualify to earn, you will earn 4% of 27 Rand 50. When your children take your channel over 25 years from now when you pass away and continue to grow to the 60th or the 70th or the 80th point, they will earn 4% of 27 Rand 50 where they qualify. There is no limit to how much you can earn. So let's look at this practically. What does that translate to on a monthly amount? Practically, we went away. We did some maths with data we've got. We've probably got 2 decades of data in direct selling. And we said to ourselves, we want to be super conservative. We don't want to promise anything that is not completely doable by someone who has never been in the direct selling space before. And we came up with, from the data, a growth formula called the 3+2 growth formula. The 3+2 says, in your first month, put 3 people on your first point. Just 3 people. In an entire month. That's not 20 hours a week. That's like 3, maybe 4 hours in the month to find 3 people to put in your first point. Then every month thereafter, put 2 people on your first point. Just 2 people. That's 1 every 2 weeks. Encourage those people to do the same. We then applied maths, lapse rates, cancellation rates, people not applying the 3+2 formula, and we spread that out in our calculations, and we came up with what we think you can reasonably expect to earn on really conservative amounts of time and effort with the DuePoint system. We said if you applied the 3+2 formula for 6 months, we reckoned you'd be on about 2,500 Rand a month. 2,500 Rand a month, not once off, every month now going forward. 2,500 Rand a month for some of you is quite life-changing. For others, it's less than you bill per hour, okay? Fine. It's still 2,500 Rand. Chuck it in your bond and see what it does. Chuck it into your car repayment every month and see what it does. Our math says it's going to half your repayment periods. Just 2,500 Rand will half your repayment periods. Chuck it in and see what it does. If you were to carry on and be a little bit more persistent and do just 12 months, so that's this time next year, coming up to the end of October, Christmas time next year, if you could do 12 months with us, we reckon you'd be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That's 120,000 Rand a year from 1 year's worth of effort. Very few of us are going to get a 10,000 Rand raise next year. Very few. Here, 12 months working on the side, wrapped with your normal primary work, you could have increased your earnings into your house by 10,000 Rand a month. That's just 1 year. If we were to push through, and you were to continue to apply yourself to the 3+2, every month finding 2 people to put in your first point, 2 people to put in your first point, and encouraging them to do the same, 2 years of labor, we reckon you'd be on about 20 to 30,000 Rand a month. 30,000 Rand a month, 360,000 Rand a year. That, I really don't care how much you earn, an extra 360,000 Rand a year after 2 years worth of work at like 3 hours a month. I mean, come on. That is an incredible overseas holiday for you and your family, basically first class, anywhere you want to go. It's paid off your car. It's certainly putting a massive dent into whatever bond you have. It's changed everything. And you've done it in 2 years. 2 years of labor, 2 years of labor. If you were to do 3 years of that 3+2 formula, we reckon you'd be on about 45 to 50,000 Rand a month. That's 600,000 Rand a year. If you were to push through to 4 years, we reckon you'd be on about 60 to 65,000 Rand a year. 720,000 Rand a year. 720,000 Rand a year. 65,000 Rand a month. there's very few South Africans that are earning that. That's like the top 3% in the country. If you were to push through to 5 years, we reckon you'd be on about 80 to 100,000 rand a month. 100,000 rand of extra income a month. I'm pretty sure you would have quit your job long before this, but you might find that keeping your job is a good idea. You get to talk to all of these people about how you just bought your new Porsche and how you're paying for it in cash and how you're still working in the mailroom. I'm being facetious about this, but this is a direct input-output business. If you could put 5 years of persistent effort in, we reasonably expect you to be earning R1 million a year. It's the top 0.5%. You have now moved yourself into that 0.5% that are set for retirement. 0.5%. 100,000 rand a month into your retirement. I think you will survive. And you don't have 10 million rand in the bank. That 100,000 rand does not equate to 10 million rand in the bank. It equates into a channel of distribution that is earning you 100,000 rand a month. It can be you. Now, of course, this is all mathematics. We just took data. We could have done what we liked with it. I have people say to me all the time, Brendan, you can make it look any way you like. I don't believe it. Okay? Sure. All right. Yes, I could have done that. That's not what we did. We've been doing this for a while. I always say this is not my first rodeo, which my wife thinks is terribly low class of me to say, but it is not my first rodeo. We have done this before. We know what this looks like. And we can assure you that this is a reasonable expectation. But that's what tonight's all about. Tonight is about me and DuePoint demonstrating to you those that have taken the DuePoint system and are starting to change their future with it, so that I can demonstrate to you how the maths works in real life, the proof in the pudding, so to speak. So I'm going to introduce you to a few people this evening. The first person I'm going to introduce you to is this chap over here. His name is Loki. He is from Florida Estates, was it? Gauteng. Loki has been with us for about 10 minutes. Really, I only learned his name this evening. He's literally been here for 10 minutes. 8th of September. It's the middle of October. He's been here for 40 days. 40 days, okay? So just some of the big boys, you should be watching out here, okay? 40 days. He said to me he should be on 2. He had a few people that didn't pay. Holy sherbet. Holy sherbet. Can I tell you that Loki is building the most fantastic channel here at DuePoint. Solid structures, yes. Solid structured channel. For those of you who know the system, what did he do first? He got himself qualified. What did he do second? Everybody that was in his channel who had got him qualified, he got qualified in 40 days. In 40 days. That is how you work with your team, guys. That is how you work with your team. And look at what he's done. Loki, come and join us up on the stage. He's for real. We didn't make him up. There we go.
Evening, Brendan. Thank you very much.
Loki, what? It's just so exciting to see this at DuePoint. There we go. Loki is like me. I'm a chartered accountant. You would never know. Okay. Loki is in?
I'm in IT.
And you would never know. All right. He has far too much personality for IT, but he's in IT. Loki, tell me a bit about, tell me about how you saw this and how you're fitting it into your own reality.
Brendan, I saw an amazing opportunity. When I saw it the first time, I said, this couldn't be real. This is too good to be true. It really spoke to me from a culture perspective, really what you're doing for the environment, for South Africa. Just really spoken internally to me. And just anything I do, I go all in.
All in for it.
And that's it.
Absolutely. Loki, I take it you've got piles of extra time and free time on your hands as an IT
As everybody does, yeah.
Right, So that's what's made it easy.
Very, very easy, Brendan.
Yes,
This is easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Were you able to make it here on time this evening?
Yes. I was here at 6 o'clock, and I was supposed to be here at 5:30. So yes.
Yeah. Was there a reason why you were late?
Only one or two little client issues,
That's right.
we all have.
Okay. All right, so basically what you're saying is that you live the kind of life that the rest of us do, which is where we don't have a lot of time in this. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, don't have a lot of time.
But you're up to about, I would say, 15,000 rand a year in 40 days. Absolutely remarkable. when you looked at the DuePoint system, when you looked at the returns that we were talking about, and when you looked at how we were describing the circumstances of South Africa, did you look at it and go, this is rubbish, it's just being used to dramatize and to get people's emotions in and all of that? Or did you see more to it?
I definitely saw more to it, Brendan. I could see myself building a legacy. I've got a young son, very dear to my heart, and this is for him.
This is for him. Fantastic. Don't start crying yet. I've got plenty more questions. We'll have you on your knees
No,
in a
man.
minute. We'll have you on your knees in a minute. Loki, tell me.
I'm a passionate guy.
That's what we can see. 40 days, that's what passion looks like. All right, Loki, so you said you're building this for your son. What is your goal now? I mean, I say at the end of every presentation, I say you've got to have a goal and you've got to have a plan. What's the goal now?
Brendan, very true. You need to have a goal. If you don't have a goal, why are you doing anything? If you're not passionate, if you don't have a love for what you're doing, what's the point? So, very passionate about my family. So that's why I'm doing it. So I need to put my son through the best possible education. As we all know, cheaper to go just directly to university. So that's the plan. Just skip all of it and go to university, my little boy. So yes, I need to gear myself to be able to look after him properly.
And you're going to be doing that with the DuePoint system.
For sure.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what always excites me the most about the DuePoint system is that we can give the kind of monthly increases that you could never get in a business. I mean, even the position that you're in with your established career, you couldn't hope to be increasing your salary at this rate every month.
Definitely.
Have you tried to have this conversation with your boss before?
I thought a couple of times about it, but I'm pretty sure he would think I'm on something.
That's right, trying to do this. That's the equipment that we give you, is this ability to control your income each month and its output, which we just don't have anywhere else. You know, Loki, as you think about it now going forward, what are you wanting to tell your channel, having just started like this? I mean, this is the kind of start you've got. What do you want to tell your team and the other wealth engineers and those that are looking at the DuePoint system about DuePoint?
Trust the system. The system's been put in place. It really works. If you follow what they say you need to do, it will come together. But believe in your people as well. You know, be honest, be truthful, give them the truth, honest. This is not an easy thing, but it is doable. It's duplicatable. If you follow the process, you'll see the results.
Absolutely. Loki, thank you very much. You said to me earlier, your short-term goal is to get to 5,000 Rand a month. Your longer term is to get to 150,000 Rand. I can see it's realistic. This is going to be happening soon.
Awesome.
Thank you very much, Loki.
Thank you very much,
Appreciate
Brendan.
it.
And I just want to say one. So, just for the people that know me, you can see there's a couple of my team members here.
Funny that.
But I just want to say I'm very proud of you guys. Very proud moment. 40 days in, we're all here, and just a big woohoo!
Thanks, Loki. Cheers. All right. It's very charismatic. We nearly had the salmon fish going here. But it's great. I mean, 40 days ago, Loki knew nothing about DuePoint, sat in a presentation. I remember the night that he was here. I mean, really, I can still remember it. It's that soon ago, you know, and he's tracking 20 grand a month now. 5 grand a month, no problem. 3 more months, you'll see Loki on 5 grand a month. Now, I said it would take 6 months to get to 2,500. If you remember, that was the maths. The math said 6 months, 40 days, he's well on track. Folks, that's the first way you earn with DuePoint. The second way you earn with DuePoint is through our XP Rewards program. It's our training program. We understand that for some of you, you go, well, Brendan, okay, fine, I can find time and you don't have to sell, but I don't know how to do this. Well, we know that. We know you don't know how to do this. So we have put together a comprehensive step-by-step training program that allows you to go from a complete beginner to a complete expert channel builder with DuePoint. This is not a short-term exercise. This is an exercise that will take you 5 to 10 years. And in the first year or two, you will learn. You will learn everything there is to know about DuePoint and building channels for Constantia. And what we will do is we will lead you through that time, step by step by step. And as you perform those steps, your channel will grow and we will give you what we call XP points. They're experience points. You accumulate them, you never lose them, and they're indicative of your growing experience here. And as you do that and as your channel grows, we will start to reward you. We reward you with all sorts of things of real value in addition to the returns I was talking about. So this is in addition to all the numbers I showed you before. This is like the best training program ever. Instead of getting all that stupid stuff you get from your training at work, and I've sat through loads of it, here we actually reward you for doing the work. Reward you. Starts with a little bit of cash. It's not much, but you're right in the beginning. You've hardly done anything, and you've got it. Can happen within weeks, as Loki's just shown. As you get a little bit more serious, your channel gets a little bit more serious, we start increasing the cash that we pay you to very serious numbers that we pay you for performing the training and growing your channel. In between, we start to equip you with tools that in our experience are the best for growing and accelerating the growth of your channels. When you hit rank 5 in our training program, we give you a lightning memory stick imported from the USA. It's a 1,200 Rand lightning memory stick. It's not from like the CNA that you bought for 15 Rand. This thing is 1,200 bucks worth. It is USB 3 blazing fast, plugs into every single electronic device on the planet. Your iPhone, your Samsung, your TV, your laptop, everything. And we pack it full of our presentations, training, downloads, everything. We've got it ready for you, and you get it tonight. In fact, one of our wealth engineers received his this evening for ranking up this month into rank 5. You'll see him soon. Folks, at rank 7, we give you a set of business cards, 800 big. That set of business cards, each card is worth 150 Rand. They are gold gilded. Not Cokie or print. Rob wasn't sitting there, scribbling with his Cokie. Gold gilded. It takes about 6 weeks for us to produce this pack for you. It is better than any CEO's business card right now. I can assure you of that. You can go outside and see them in our glass cabinet if you don't believe me. When you stand next to someone and you give them this card, they will have one question for you. What do you do? We can assure the tangibility, the size, the quality. People's brains are going to be going, this is not normal. And that's all you need to start your conversation about DuePoint. You get 800 of them at rank 7. Yours, custom made for you. Folks, at rank 9, we start to change your lifestyle as well as your income. At rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size for the rest of your life, we take you away on an annual holiday. 7 days, business class, 5-star, all expenses paid for you and your family. Now, when we talk about the 0.5% in South Africa, it's the 0.5% in South Africa that are doing this. The rest of us are not. Every year, not just once off. You have to remember that just about everything at DuePoint happens over and over again. It just doesn't happen once. So don't look at the numbers like that. Don't look at the rewards. This is an annual holiday for the rest of your life. Every year. Where you're going, we got to go away again with DuePoint this year. So sick of it. So sick of it. Folks, we're going to Mauritius next year. We are not going to the caravan park. We're not going to all the ones you know. We're going to a 5-star deluxe hotel on the Mauritius island, the one behind the high walls that you always wonder what it looks like inside. That's where we're going. Here's a quick video on where we're going next year.
All of your wind has gone, and all of the paths you've drawn have sunk to the ocean sun where no one can see. You stand, don't let the dark embrace, cower the dreams you chase under the rust and blood. Don't let yourself give up.
You know, when you think about talking to your current employers, and can you imagine, even if you work in the HR department or the marketing department, going to your boss and proposing, I know how we can incentivize our staff. I know how we can do this. We'll take them all away for the rest of their lives on a 7-day, 5-star business class, all expenses paid trip. Like, that really doesn't happen that often. It's just the success of that sort of proposal happens very seldom. We have put it in place. It is here for everyone. It comes at no cost other than the cost of the time and effort and persistency and determination that you will put into it. That will be the cost. You would not get this by putting that same effort and determination into anything else in this life. You wouldn't. But it's here. It's here for the taking. And you will choose tonight whether you want it or not. Folks, when you've reached rank 11 in our training program, we give you another tool that we know will accelerate the growth of your channel. It's your own car. It is not a rental car. It is not for a month. It's not for a year. It's yours. It's not branded. It's yours. We give it to you because it's what is needed in South Africa, and it's because what is needed for you to really accelerate the growth of your channel. Like our XP Rewards program, like our returns program, our XP Rewards program has no limit. As you grow, it grows. And as you grow, the rewards are greater and greater. So folks, normally at this point in time, I'm skipping ahead here, sorry. We run out of our training program both short and medium term challenges and training programs. One that we've got running at the moment is our Ironman Easter Quest. Those that qualify, that complete the criteria of the training for this will be taken away for an Easter weekend next year, on Easter weekend. Not like when the public holidays are over and everything's cheap, on Easter weekend. We will be taking you away for 100,000 Rand 4-day holiday for you and your family. Just for this step in there. You can do it too. Talk to your lead wealth engineer if you want more details about it. Folks, at this point in time, I often get people saying to me, Brendan, the maths doesn't work. I've had doctors tell me that and engineers. All the people who don't do maths tell me that the maths doesn't work. And it really does. We've spent many years working on these models. We've spent many years understanding them. Basically, in a nutshell, folks, we have taken the classical and traditional form of advertising and changed where we spend the money. The money is already being spent. This is something that's very important to understand. The money is already being spent. We spend hundreds of millions a month on classical advertising. TV, your phone, radio, billboards, newspapers, magazines. It's out there now. Hundreds of millions a month we spend on it. What we've done with DuePoint is we've eliminated all the classical advertising. You won't see adverts of ours anywhere. You have become those people who create the channel of distribution the advertising would have done for us. And as a result, the money, over R1 billion spent last year in the industry, is now available to you and your channel. Your payment that you make every month for your insurance has got a portion of it, somewhere between 35 and 50%, that is paying for next month's marketing. It's already in there. We allocate that now to you instead of the classical advertisers. Now, of course, there's a lot more maths to it, and if you want to ask me more questions about it, please do. Come and talk to me, and I'll explain it. But that's the basics of how we afford all of this. All right. So I want to introduce you to someone else to talk about what they're doing with DuePoint here. We've got So-So. All right. So-So joined us about 20 minutes ago. About 90 days to be exact. 90 days ago, joined us, and in 90 days, she has created a 37,000 Rand a year stream of income for her household. So lives here in Joburg with us as well. And I'm going to bring her up here. So, come up. Come and join me. There we go. You can see So is a giant in this industry. Where's Rob? This is why I had to do this evening, So, because if Rob was here, I can't even stand next to him. So it's so fantastic to see what you have done in 90 days. In just 90 days with the DuePoint system. For those people who feel, and I had such a disappointing experience the other day where someone said to me, Brendan, you're going to have lots of disappointed people in your business. Well, I don't know. Are you feeling terribly disappointed about your experience at DuePoint so far?
Oh no, I'm very excited about the DuePoint system.
Fantastic. So how did you get to hear about DuePoint?
A friend of mine invited me And then I was reluctant about it because I thought it's one of those scams. And then he kept on saying to me, this is a good opportunity because I'm getting paid already. So later on, I decided to change my mind. Then I came here for presentation. And then first time when I came here, I could see that, okay, there's an office. And then I saw the licenses there. And I was sure that this is what I want to do because it's legally registered. And then you, Mr. Brendan, you were standing in front of us doing the presentation as a senior executive of the company. So now I knew that if something is going wrong, I'll be able to catch you in your office.
Absolutely. Absolutely. See, that's right. Who needs MK to take up arms? Hey, who needs it? We've got So-So over here. That's absolutely true. So we say it to the people often. We say one of the differences between us and a lot of the direct selling companies in South Africa is that you can walk into our offices and you can find the people responsible. You can find them and talk to them directly, which you can't do elsewhere. This is not like anything else you've heard of before. So we got Morse code going on there. So what I wanted to say to you was tell me a little bit about what you do. I mean, how do you fit this in? What do you do that you can easily fit in an extra 37,000 rands worth of money a year?
Everything is free at DuePoint because there's trainings. You're not paying any cent. So if you come here attending the trainings and then you put an effort and then you apply what they are training or what they are telling you, then you will this business. If you become positive about it, it has to start with you, and then you'll make it. There's nothing impossible.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell me, you were telling me earlier that you are a businesswoman.
Yes.
What is the business you're currently running right now?
I'm an ECD practitioner. So if you're an ECD practitioner, like working for the government, you only earn plus minus 7,000 rands a month. So I decided to do my own home-based preschool. So you rely and depend on fees paid by the parents to cover maintenance cost of the facility and teacher salaries. But now with DuePoint, I can see that all my dreams will be fulfilled.
Fantastic. So what is your dream for DuePoint? What is one of the goals that you have for the DuePoint system in your life?
I want to see myself earning more than 100,000 a month because I want to be involved in a public transport business. I want to own those buses like Greyhound because I'm a businesswoman.
So again, like I said a little bit earlier, So-So is looking at this as a vehicle, as a piece of equipment that gets her to her dreams. This is not the be-all and end-all. This is the equipment we've all been missing in the South African economy, where we're able to say, well, we want to be business owners, and we want to be great business owners, but we don't have the capital. Who's got the capital to do it? So-So is building her capital with the DuePoint system so that one day she can be a major business owner in South Africa. That is what we need. That is what we need. So I'm so excited about what you're doing here. Have you got anything else you'd like to tell your team today?
I'm grateful to the team. Thank you so much, guys. I love you so much. We will do this. The business is doable. So I would like to encourage you, if you meet people and then they try to turn you down, you don't have to stop there. Because if you put focus and then you persist, it is going to help to build your channel, and then it is going to help you. And then one thing that I like about the DuePoint system, you become your own boss. You work at your own time, at your own pace. So let's do this thing.
Thank you very much. So appreciate it. Well done. Well done. People often say to me that they can't afford to do direct selling because their name is their brand and they cannot afford to be embarrassed. And I know my father said to me a while ago, he said, what's more embarrassing? Telling your child you can't send them to university, telling your friends or asking your friends to give you some food to give to your family. What is more embarrassing than saying to them, listen guys, there is this incredible opportunity that is really just needs 60 minutes of your time. And as I've said to many of my wealth engineers, the people are going to say no. Of course they're going to say no. You move through it. And that's what Soso's been doing. She has moved through the no's and built the most incredible channel with those that have said yes. Absolutely amazing. Well done. Well done, Soso. All right, folks, there are 3 products that we push into your channels of distribution that you create for us. Not you, we. These 3 have been designed together. I think often people see them as kind of like individual stacks. They're not. They can be purchased separately, but we've designed them together. They tackle the same problem that the DuePoint system does. They are trying to create assets for you. They're trying to de-risk your current position, and they're trying to equip you better financially. The first product that we have is called our Access Wealth Plan. Our Access Wealth Plan costs 274 Rand a month, and it takes 100 Rand of that 274 Rand and immediately puts it in a tax-free investment account for you. That money is immediately available to you. There is no notice period, no penalties for withdrawal, no restrictions. It is immediately available for you. And for the first time probably in your life, again, not only have you created an asset with this channel of distribution you've made, you have now created an asset that is not encumbered by debt, like your house or your car. This is your money that you are putting into this investment that will grow and prepare you for emergencies, for once-off spends, for your retirement that you've got. In addition, in the 274, you get 100,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover as risk protection for you. The second product that we push into your channel is our Wealth Guard product. It works in conjunction with the Access Wealth Plan, but like I said, you can take it as a standalone. For 249 Rand a month, it gives you 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover. Now, if you take both of those products, when you pass away from an accident, you get, it's December now, boy, it's like killing season. On the roads, it's like, we just like cull the population down, okay? Car accident, aeroplane crash, shot, hijacked, whatever it is, where you pass away, your family get your investment and the capital gains on it tax-free, and 100,000 Rand and 1 million Rand, 1.1 million Rand. So people have said to me, Brendan, how come DuePoint doesn't have a funeral plan? Well, this is 1.1 million Rand, okay? You can settle your house, you can settle your cars, you can set up a fund for your kids' education while you're gone, okay? That's what it's got with the sum of these 2. But what's fantastic and innovative about these products is that they have no maximum age limits, no medical examinations or declarations, no waiting periods. You pay 1 month and you're undercover, and you're building an investment. That is how we distinguish ourselves from the rest. Folks, the third product is our Wealth Points program. I love this one personally. We've designed it. We've worked with so many people on it. It is our way of reducing your monthly expenditure. We know what your general list of expenditure is, boy. We know what it is. And we're working our way to covering all of it. But for now, we've got a huge list of supplies that should tackle most of your expenditure. Groceries, appliances, gifts now that we're getting to Christmas, entertainment, gym, all the things you guys are spending on, transport, hotels, airfares, taxis, all of those. We have gone as Constantia and negotiated corporate rates for our wealth engineers who are individuals. For 249 Rand a month, we take 100 Rand of that 249 and we convert it into wealth points, which is like our voucher system. And you're able to spend them on our suppliers, reducing your normal expenditure even further. Discounts upon discounts is what we've negotiated for you. So what we've done with the 3 products is we've created an investment. We've given you risk cover, and we've reduced your monthly expenditure just with the 3 products, let alone the DuePoint system that you get as a free benefit. Absolutely amazing. We're very excited about what we've done over here. Folks, as a wealth engineer, you get for free the entire facility that you see here tonight. Small presentation rooms, medium, large presentation rooms, boardrooms, breakaway rooms, free Wi-Fi, tea and coffee. All of it is freely available to you in business hours and on Saturdays so that you can build your channel. You can have the tools to build your channel. You get the support of the entire team here at DuePoint. You can book us at any time. At any time, to help you with any part of your channel building. We're available to you. You've got instant nationwide footprint. We don't have offices all over the country. We don't need to. We live stream all of our major presentations out across the whole country. Anybody that you know anywhere in the country can tune into us and watch us in full HD surround sound. It's like they're in the room with us. They've heard all the phones ringing tonight. All of them. They even know where you were sitting when the phones rang because it's 3D sound, Folks, you can get everybody connected. Everything is state of the art here at DuePoint. Our website and our app that you can download for free plugs you straight into your channel. 365, 24 hours a day, you can see live what is happening in your channel. You can see all your personal details on our systems and amend them. You can get all of our training right on your phone or your tablet or your computer. You can sit on an airplane and watch the stuff. We are state-of-the-art, 21st century insurance company for you, available for you. So, folks, I encourage you at this point in time to just think carefully about that. I've got one last person this evening that I want to talk about. This is Vuyisile. He is in KZN, couldn't make it up. He's a lecturer. He's imprisoned in his lecture hall right now while they're burning everything down around him. No, he's a lecturer down in KZN. He has been building his income steadily since about the 10th of February. Steadily building it. He's a lecturer. I mean, this is a guy who also doesn't have time, okay? He is building it, and he is building it remotely. KZN, he is not up here. He uses our tools, and he uses our live streams, and he is up to 6,000 Rand a month. And he's done it in 7.5 months. It doesn't matter what profession you are in. It doesn't matter what qualification you have or whether you think your name is your brand or not. Everyone has had this system designed for them. Everyone. Here is a guy, he's an honorable guy. You're going to hear him now. I've got a little clip from when I chatted with him. He's an educated guy, and he's saying, this is where I build my freedom, here at DuePoint.
My name is Vuyisile Msikinye. I'm a lecturer. I'm a lecturer in a campus called Mbumbulu campus. I work for the Coastal College. Because I've been doing a lot of networks, I've been searching for the right one. The right one being a network that can actually give me the right product and a system that is set for life. So Mr. Machangu actually introduced DuePoint to me, and I had it through him in February. That was late February this year when the launch just happened. The people out there are looking for something very genuine. A very genuine company that would pay them when they promise to pay, and a company that will not vanish. I was looking for products that people normally love and products that are not common. DuePoint is bringing beautiful products that you cannot find anywhere, meaning you can find them somewhere, but the business opportunity that DuePoint gives you together with the product, it's amazing. The system is beautiful. The points that you make, the XPs that you make, they'll be the same XPs that someone living next to Bryanston would make. DuePoint has designed a system that is on the website that you can watch the videos. You can bring together people and present to them. And by doing that, you make your XPs. So you grow the same way that the people in Johannesburg are growing. This is a beautiful system. Ladies and gentlemen, you've never seen anything like this. It's amazing. DuePoint has come up with a system that I have never seen in any network since studying network marketing around 1998. This is beautiful. So KZN people, and I believe people in the Western Cape, in the Free State, anywhere in the country, can still grow their XP wherever they are. It's simple. Watching the videos, bringing people together, looking at the quests, the XPs, how to follow them from 1 to 20. Doing exactly that brings the business right to you. You don't need to go to the head office. If you are doing this business, you have to know what are the events, what's coming on tomorrow, the excitement to know what is happening tomorrow. That brings your business to date. You cannot do this business without knowing what is happening tomorrow. DuePoint has got so much activities that you are enjoying your business whilst you are earning the side, you're enjoying the products, you're enjoying the money, you're enjoying everything with DuePoint. In a sense that I've seen people who are making it in DuePoint, and I'm saying I don't want to be left out. I am pushing so hard that in 5 years I want to even exceed 100,000 Rand. I see myself earning $1 million a month. Someone can just dismiss that and say, this is a dream. Really, it is a dream. I grew up, I think around 19, 18, I used to tell my folks at home that, you know what, I would wish to earn $1 million every month. But I looked at the opportunities around. There was no business that could give me that. So now, DuePoint, you are able to make even above $1 million a month. So I'm going to blow my dream so that everyone who listens can see that, oh my God, every dream here is achievable. Number one, get to know the business that you're doing. And then when you know the business, it becomes easy for you to relate to somebody else. The approach, obviously, you get what you deserve. Meaning what you put in is what you get out. If you smile to a person, they smile back at you. And then the approach starts with a smile. They open up to you. And when they open up to you, and then obviously the conversation that follows would be something like, hey, these are tough times, man. And obviously someone is going to say, yes, they are tough times. It's really a tough time now. And then after that, that's when you introduce DuePoint. What is it that you're doing for, your second income? And then somebody say, in most cases, people are not doing anything. Somebody just say, no, there's nothing I'm doing. That is your entry level. That's where you come in and introduce DuePoint. Number one, make sure that they understand that DuePoint is a legal business. It's an insurance company. There is no insurance company after 60 years in the financial services in a country that would do anything like a pyramid scheme. That would be a high risk. So this is a very beautiful business. And thanks to you, the passion that you have, we see, in your face. I always tell people that, hey, man, this man really needs a blessing from the Lord, because the way you want people to make it in life, giving people who have no hope a hope, bless you. Thank you.
Point, folks. It's really just a matter of applying yourself. That's what we've created. And I think that, we have people often walk away and say, I just need to go and do some more research. I need to go and think about it a bit more. Folks, there is nothing more to be said. That we have shown you everything there is about this business this evening. And we have many, many people who are proving it right now. And it's just a matter of saying, well, do I want to be part of this, or do I want to be left behind? Because that's what's going to happen, whether you think that that's facetious of me or not. It's what is going to happen. On our website and our YouTube channel, you can see the stories of now 30, 40 people. Already in just the 9 months that we have been trading as DuePoint, as the new division of Constantia, in 9 months, we have got 40-odd people already who have changed their lives dramatically, not to mention the hundreds who are already earning every month with us, who we haven't had time to put on stage. Folks, it's just a matter of taking the tool and using it. So we get to the decision slide. You've survived the evening. This evening, you have to make a decision. You'll see the doors are closed. We wait until you've made a decision before we open them. If you are still sitting here at this point in time going, well, I think what I'm doing will get me there, that's amazing. You're part of the 0.5%, and I take my hat off to you. If you have any other thought, it is merely an excuse about covering up the fact that our circumstances right now are telling us that 99.5% of us are not going to make it. That's all of us. We have put a tool together now, and we are determined to change the South African economy with it. Whether you're coming with us or not is something that we want to encourage you to engage with this evening. Think about that. Think about how this tool could be used in your life, in your very unique set of circumstances, how this tool could work for you. And we want you to become wealth engineers this evening with us. To become a wealth engineer is very simple. Like I said, it's not going to cost you anything this evening. It's not ever going to cost you actually anything. The way we've designed the system, you get value in everything that happens here at DuePoint. Simply fill out the application form. It's on our website. If you've got a smartphone or tablet with you, hook into our free Wi-Fi, and you can do it in your chair. Otherwise, you can go out and use our iPads outside. Become a wealth engineer. Once you've done that, you get a W number. That's the birth of your channel. Yours. You're not part of some structure somewhere. That's your channel is now born. And as you go out now and talk to people, your channel will grow around that W number. If you wake up tomorrow morning and you're like, I should never have done this, it's fine. It won't cost you anything. to have become a wealth engineer. But we encourage you to take the tool before you leave the door this evening. Once you've done that, folks, you need to know what you want from it. You can see the guys we've spoken to tonight. They know what they want. And that's what's creating the success you're seeing. If you don't know what you want, you're not going to succeed. 5 years from now, you will be earning nothing with the DuePoint system. But if you know what you want, you can formulate a plan and you can get there with us at DuePoint. Folks, once a year, we run our annual conference. That's where you get to see the full size and scale and scope of what we're doing here at DuePoint. There are only 250 seats, most of which are sold already. Please, if you want to come and you want to bring your guests, it's a 3-course, again, black tie event. It's going to be amazing, as everything is that we do at DuePoint. Please buy your ticket now. You can buy it at the counter or on our app or on our website, but make sure you get it purchased before the tickets are all sold for next year's conference. We run monthly wealth quests as part of our XP Rewards program. This allows you as a new wealth engineer or an established wealth engineer to get immediate tangible value for the work that you're doing in your channel. Where you qualify on the monthly criteria, and it's different every single month, we reward you with things like your own iPad, your own iPhone, your own smart TV, 50-inch normally. If I can't find it, it'll be 49 or 52, that size. And cash. Things you can use then to accelerate the growth of your channel. So if you don't have an iPad or an iPhone, you can simply get cracking on one of these channels, and a month later, you can have that tool in your hands. Wealth Engineers, it's the 18th of October. How are we looking? How are we looking? What do we get this month? This month it is a free code to unlock the Entertainer app, which is part of our Wealth Points program, 10,000 XP towards your training program, and a smart LED 50-inch TV. That's yours at the end of this month. Are you serious about getting the tools? Are you serious about building your channel? Are you stopping at nothing to get there? Folks, every 2 weeks we run what we call a development seminar. It's one of our live streamed events around the country. It is on a Saturday morning from 9 until 10. And in our development seminars, we train you about everything you need to know about DuePoint, being a wealth engineer, and all the tools for success here at DuePoint. 1 hour every 2 weeks. I encourage you to attend or watch these events live. They are recorded and kept online for you for later, but there's nothing like being here and being trained and equipped for your future. Please, the next one is this Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday, the 22nd. It's this Saturday, isn't it? 22nd, it's this Saturday. Oh, I'm still in last week's presentation. It's Groundhog Day here. This coming Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning. You might have already attended this one if you're a wealth engineer, but all the people you've added to your channel haven't. Make sure they're all booked in and here on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. And the good news is, Rob's doing it. Eh? Woo! Rob's doing it. Come and see him do the dev seminar. You're going to enjoy it tremendously. Folks, we've started a new initiative this month called the Teamworks Initiative. You can personally and privately have Rob or I or both of us attend a meeting with your team, whether it's just your top builders or whether it's your whole channel. You can get them together and we will have a private session with them. You simply have to book us through the reception through Jane. Info at DuePoint will also work. Book us and we will work with your team, strategizing, motivating, goal setting, training, all of that. Book us anytime. And we'll sit down with your big builders and get them fired up. So you might be brand new and going, geez, I've got this team, it's 5 or 6 big, but I don't know what I'm doing. No problem. Book that 5 or 6 into a room with us here, and we'll come in and teach you how to lead them and teach them what to do to accelerate. So please use this opportunity anytime during business hours. We'll work with you on that. We do presentations, folks, like this 8 times a week. I've said to you before, all the difficulty has been removed. You do not need to be responsible for the presentations in your channel. Ultimately, you will want to be responsible, and these venues are available to you, and you can use your own venues if you want. But in the beginning, we do this every single day of the week except for Sundays, so that all you need to do is bring people. That's all you need to do. And we build your channel for you by doing these presentations for you. We do Monday to Thursday in the evenings at 6:30, and we do Wednesdays and Fridays at 12:15. The lunchtime presentations are live streamed, so if you're at work and can't get you can still gather your colleagues around your computer at work and watch our presentation live during your lunch hour. This is an opportunity for everybody. And then, of course, on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock every Saturday. So whoever it is that you think should be in here, they cannot wash their hair that many nights in a row. You will find a slot where they just run out of excuses and you can bring them. Folks, we've made it available for you. Please use us in this process. So, folks, we have our own YouTube channel, which we ask you to subscribe to. Then you get the alerts on your phone whenever we upload new videos. And we have a free app. When you become a wealth engineer, download it, and it'll plug you straight into your channel, and you get cracking. Folks, we are absolutely determined here at DuePoint to change the South Africa we live in. We want to bring certainty again to individuals. Certainty that is gone. It just does not exist in our environment anymore. People don't have a backup plan. You don't have one. You're thinking you'll be okay? Okay, that's a fallacy. Anything can happen. We want to put that backup plan in place. We want to tonight, from this evening, start working with you to change your future, to put hope and certainty back in your minds, so that you don't wake up in the morning with a poison that all of us wake up in our veins with. We want freedom, freedom of mind, freedom of time, and freedom of finances. And that's what we're doing here at DuePoint. Folks, if you have any questions for us, come and find us and ask the questions. Don't run out of here. Come and find us and make sure you walk out with this tool in your hands this evening. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for those of you who are watching us around the country. I appreciate your time.